What is up, guys? You got NotTheWorst here, bringing another Black Desert online video, and today we're taking a look at the patch notes for July 26th. We got several things going on. There's actually a pretty good amount of events, so we'll get into those. This link is still not working as of a few weeks. It just takes you to the announcement page for events that hasn't been updated since July 12th. Just an FYI, did ping some of the folks that work for PA to let them know, because it's kind of like week after week I keep making like a little snide joke about it, and it's just kind of like, why is this link still here and not updated? So no worries, I've got the announcements page up individually for you, so we can go through each one and see what's going on. Notable ones that we don't really need to dissect: there's Twitch drops available, refreshed again this week, so those are available, so make sure you're tuning in to your favorite streamer. Then we've got a new outfit released for several classes, which we'll see again in the Pearl shop when we get to that section there. And then other events going on, we've got Papu versus Creo, 1,000-year masterpiece. They've got Pride of Two Genius Artists, Parapuru and Kakuo, and the fate of their people are at stake in this epic showdown. It's an auction thing that we've seen before with the Papus, so you can bid on housing items that you want to pick up, some paintings, some of the statues and stuff. Some of these paintings are almost on par with my MS Paint skills. A little weaker than mine. Mine's a little bit stronger than that. But yeah, so if you want to bid for that stuff, go for it. Starting bids are 500 mil. I would imagine these end up selling for drastically more than I would ever be willing to pay, but I'm sure it's important to some people. We have a mystical energy descending upon Black Desert. So the Dekia's Lantern, which we'll see mentioned later in the patch notes, has been added into the game. And we'll talk more about that piece when we get to it in the notes. But during this time, you will not be losing crystals for death in PvE. This will run from now until August 9th. That applies anywhere, even if you are not using a Dekia's Lantern for the super high-end grind zones. So yeah, go balls to the wall with wherever you're trying to grind. If you weren't sure if you had enough DP for a spot, give it a shot, because you won't be losing your crystals for it. So your gearing is currently safe. This does not apply if your character is at negative karma, so keep that in mind for red players. Shikatu's Splendid offer, which is probably going to lose you money, but maybe you gamble and get lucky once in a while. We've got 300 million silver Shikatu Splendid boxes available that you can open. You can do this 10 times per week, so you can drop a cool 3 billion silver, picking up probably a few cronstones each. But go for it if you want to. Also, keep in mind, if you do hit an item, just FYI, a lot of other people are going to also, so it would behoove you to maybe wait a month or so to sell that item. And if you're in a position where you really needed the silver, like right away, you probably shouldn't buy these in the first place, because in general, you're just going to lose money on average. So yeah, just keep that in mind. You're going to see a bunch of like random stuff, duo accessory necks and stuff like that, probably distos and whatever. They're just going to drop in price. So listing yours at min price is not the best idea if you can afford to wait a bit. Special rewards to await the Sea Palace. So from now until August 15th, just some login rewards they're going to hook us up with. In here, we've got cronstones on it. We've got enhancing materials in a Shikatu Splendid box at the tail end of the 14 days, as well as some reset mount growth, etc., etc. So just stuff to give you while you're waiting for that event to come up. Then we've got an event that was pretty well looked forward to with the announcement of T10 coming out. The Gallop into a World of Training. This is the Imperial delivery for horses. You'll get double the Flower of Oblivion now to help you out with those T10s. So if you were stacking up a bunch of level 15 horses for this exact event to come back around, now's your time to shine. And that's going to be between now to August 16th. We've also got a bonus of 50% training and mount XP that's added on to that, which is pretty nice. And then of course you'll get those Imperial training delivery invoices as well that can be swapped out for some goodies there if you so choose. Next up, we've got United Power boosting through guild missions. We have some additional rewards given out for completing guild missions, so jump on those if you're already doing them. Great little boost to what you're already doing. And we've actually got a gathering event going on, which is not too shabby either. This is also going to have life XP plus 50% in addition to that mount XP that we already talked about there. You can get those ginseng items that come around every once in a while for a little additional silver there. Getting that Centennial one will give you a 10 million silver bonus for you. 7 years, got a buff applied for it. And then you can get some fruits from exchanging out the herbalist sacks. We'll also have double the spawn rate on moles. Note that Pitapat Mole is not double spawn rate. He is normal. And you've also got more milk if you're hitting those cows up on the reg, then they will yield some better results for your milking endeavors. So before we get into the rest of the content, I want to go ahead and just real quick promo. Do keep in mind, PA has a sweet little sponsorship deal going on from now until August 16th. If you want to support your favorite content creator, should be me, but if it's not, that's fine. You're open to your opinion, but you're wrong. Then go ahead and purchase those pearls. And when you're purchasing your A-coin to get those pearls, if you are on the web client, so not the Steam client, in the web client, you'll have an option to enter a creator code, and you're going to want to enter NTW if you would like to support my channel. They're hooking me up with a cut of the A-coin that is purchased using that code. So a great way to show some support for the channel if you're interested in doing so. Without actually costing you any additional money, since if you're already going to buy the pearls, why not hook your boy up? So with that out of the way, let's get into some content updates. And we do have several things going on with a few different classes. One thing that's not as major, but probably nice for the mains that are on these: Hash Guardian Sage and Draconia Magu. Draconia and Magu. Not Draconia Magu is not one class. That'd be cool. Have a little bit better animation when putting their weapon away, mounting on a horse. We also have, when you're going to see this and may have noticed it already, your Traveler's map and Archaeologist map now have an actual channel or cast time to them, so it's not going to be instantaneous to just kind of dip and disappear. You'll see a similar effect occurring when you use the escape selection as well. So keep that in mind. And then they've also disabled the ability to go to character selection, use escape, tag characters, change server, or Traveler's map while you're in your V skill or your emergency escape. So these little sneaky getaway type things no longer work. So come up with some new ones until they patch those, or deal with it. First up in class changes, we've got Succession Ranger frequently using Prime Blasting Gust to move around, which causes stamina issues during combat while moving. To address this, we improved the Blasting Gust to consume less stamina and changed Prime Ultimate Blasting Gust into the MP consumed skill, alleviating stamina concerns. Additionally, the invincible effect has been added at the start of the evasive landing shot, and the combo between evasive skills has been improved, making it easier to utilize during combat. So we can see a little stamina reduction there, a couple of skill improvements, and then I thought there was penetrating wind gets stun was changed into a knockdown. That's on that wind explosion shot, gets their forward guard changed into a super armor. There was a buff change as well. Cooldown on descending arrow changed from 10 seconds to 9 seconds. Razor Wind has a little bit better MP recovery, as Nature's Tremble does for HP recovery. Here's the Blasting Gust removed to 0 stamina used, and the ultimate consuming 120 MP instead of 150 stamina as well. And then the remove all evasion rate plus 15% was removed off of Feathers of the Spirits, and instead they added an AP plus 20% on the skill. They also adjusted damage rates, looks like critical hit rate on Extreme Charging Wind. Then we have some adjustments in the number of hits that we're seeing, but the base damage being increased on Razor Wind and the Prime version as well to meet that. Next up, we have Musa, and for Succession Musa, the stamina consumed for the skills was Serene Mind, and the stamina recovery of those skills has been adjusted. This makes it easier to manage stamina while continuously attacking, rather than waiting for a chance to attack using skills like Chase. In addition, the effects have been modified so that you can choose the skill enhancement for level 58 according to your playstyle. So we see that. We also see Stub Arrows cooldown is changed to 8 seconds coming off of 5, which does have some amount of implications. Retaliation stun effect becomes a knockdown. Storm Slash gets an HP plus 30, as well as a forward guard added onto it. And then we get a little bit of adjustment in number of hits and attack damage on Gale Slash. Valkyrie, we have changed Severing Light to be used as a main attack skill of Valkyrie Succession in PvE, along with Sword of Judgment and Divine Power. Also, Severing Light has replaced the Prime Sanctitas de Enslar, which used for melee AP and PvE for a better combo, which probably was supposed to be which was used for melee AP and PvE for a better combo. Now you can create a combo that utilizes various skills, including Severing Light, Sword of Judgment, and Shield Throw as well. We can see the skill animation change on that Severing Light here. We don't actually have a before and after, and I'm not super familiar with what it looked like before, but I'm assuming it is now different since they noted it. We've got Prime Severing Light and Succession Ultimate Severing Light added, as indicated in the above. Changes to Shield Chase. Also, as noted, we've got an additional hit added to Judgment of Light, and the number of attacks on that is also increased. Last attack on Sword of Judgment is adjusted, as well as we see that on shield throw. For Kuno, just a couple issue fixes there, nothing major to talk about. And Hash, something major to talk about, and that something major is accuracy. The Hash is a class that deals fatal damage to enemies inspired by the desert's assassins. However, since their skills did not have an accuracy rate effect, it was difficult for them to deal fatal damage to opponents with high evasion. To address this, Prime Ale's Dominion adds an accuracy rate plus 15%. That's not too shabby for everyone except a Sage. That's actually wild. For 10 seconds when using the skill, allowing for sustained high accuracy rate when attacking with chain skills. Some awakening skills have also been given an accuracy rate increase effects, which pretty sweet setup, especially in current state of the game for Hash in general. You can see there 10% on 10 second for 15% on Ale's Dominion. As indicated, and then as far as those awakening skills that got base accuracy rates included in snaring sands gets 8%, condemnation 10%, serpent's coil 10%, and veracity 10%. These will certainly have some impact in the game. That is it for major changes to classes. Let's move into the other content updates and some of the more exciting things. Changes to the Black Shrine rewards. Your Deboreka earring can now be given up to duo in Calamity 6 or 7 rewards. To note, though, the rewards that may have been received prior to today's update can't drop them, which is interesting since they held the rewards from Saturday until today to be able to open. But the fact that you can't get them kind of makes you wonder, was that the rate to go with that? But that's what they did. So you can open your ones from Saturday now, and also Calamity 6 and 7 will give you up to chance for up to duo Deboreka earrings. Next up, we have a couple fixes here. What we want to talk about, weight change with gold bar items is kind of whatever. And then where is our Dekia Lantern? Deboreka accessories, to tie in with the earring at least, I thought Lantern was next, but it must be after this, were increased in their overall price. It's going to take some time for them to hit max price if each of these do. But you can see Pen going from 126, which was completely laughable, to somewhat understandable 300 billion silver over the 126. Base going up from 525 to 825. We'll see what the availability looks like. I suspect they're going to be fairly unavailable and you have to grind those on your own, but maybe selling something like Tri or Tet is going to make sense money-wise. We also see an increase on Pen Cadre Ring, as was indicated a few weeks ago. That is implemented, so the max price on that is now 90 billion silver. Again, going to take some time until we get the max price actually on the central marketplace, because that's just how the price resets are working. Next up, we have a temporary change to Garmoth that I hope becomes permanent. Essentially, what they're changing now is Garmoth is going to spawn twice a day, every single day now, depending on your time zone. That might be 3 p.m. and 1:15 a.m., or it might be something else. Based on those times, those are Eastern times, so wherever you are, it does vary. And then the thing is, you'll only be able to get the loot from it 3 times out of those kills. So it's 14 spawns total a week, but you're only going to get loot 3 times. There's an NPC near Garmoth spawn area that you go to, and you can, as you see here, you will, instead of obtaining loot from defeating, you'll get weekly boss defeat quest 3 times per week from Fearless Kukao, and then that will give you the same reward availability that you would have gotten before, just 3 times. This is a pretty great implementation because it allows players that, I don't know, have lives that can't hit like 11-15 spawns every Tuesday and Thursday, and maybe you do things with your family or whatever on Sundays at 8 p.m., and those are the only spawn times for it, so maybe you hardly ever hit a Garmoth, only when there were events and something like that, which kind of contributes to the availability of Garmoth's Heart being drastically less. They do note that this is temporary. They don't say like the span that's going to run, just that the spawn method is going to be maintained for a certain period of time. Will be changed back to the original method later on. Little bit interested in how that ends up playing out. That's a little seems a little bit bizarre to me, because depending on your time zone and like time availability, Garmoth can be almost completely inaccessible to you. Maybe they're testing it to see how many Garmoth hearts get pumped into the economy and pre-orders actually get filled in less than a year when doing them, and then kind of gauge it from there, which I could see that being the case. Here's a chart with what spawn times are on here. This is listed in PST, so if you're on NA, PST, it is 12 and 22:15, or sorry, and 21:15 for that. So use Google to figure out for you specifically. And for EU, it's CET time, and Garmoth will be spawning at 14 and at 23:15 CET. All right, now we get into almost the Dekia Lantern updates. Ash Forest is also improved along with the Dekia Lantern that hopefully will be talked about right after this. Ash Forest now has it set up so that you only need one single spawn of mobs, or maybe two, as the mobs are designed to continuously respawn. They also increase the number of mobs that are there just in general, so this would allow for many people to be able to grind the area rather than working on an actual rotation. You just grind one simple spot. Think something similar like the towers at Star's End, if you're familiar with that area. Then we get into Dekia's Lantern that was added. This was pretty looked forward to, and obviously ties in with the aforementioned lack of crystal loss while dying in PvE, so you can try these out. Apparently Ash Forest is like insanely difficult and you die a ton. Olin's, on the other hand, is definitely manageable, although it takes some getting used to the mechanics. You can use the Dekia's Lantern at these spots, and it will give you a recommended 310 AP, 410 DP type of grind at the monsters, so they behave a little differently. Their drop rates are ideally increased on their Deboreka items, so Olins can drop Deboreka earrings at a somewhat better rate than anywhere else, considering you just have to get them from boss blitz boxes, and ideally your Ash Forest mobs are going to drop necklaces a bit more frequently, which is a nice tie-in with the price increase on those. They do also note that it's going to be applied at Thornwood, Takunta, Cyclops Land, and after the Ash Forest and Olins update, so they're working on that at the moment. And they'll also try to improve the existing monster zones quickly as possible, yada yada on that. So there'll be other places that are going to have this kind of effect. I'll be interested in seeing kind of Ash Forest results if everybody kind of gets used to it and actually like is able to grind there somewhat regularly. It's just, if you look at the two grinding at Olins right now, and it's rated 310 400 DP versus 310 410 Ash Forest, this is a lot more difficult, just FYI. But hey, you don't lose crystals, so what does it really matter? There is one UI update that I want to mention as well, because it's insanely great, and that is the ability to grab your items when using the item search function by just right-clicking now in the UI. So you can see here, find my item. When you open that menu up for it, you can actually just right-click on the item now and take it out directly from whatever storage it's in. They have an example with Cronstones. You can see there's some in Heidel. Yo, what's this guy doing with his Cronstones that he's got 4,610 in his Black Spirit safe? And then he also just has like hundreds or thousands spread out to other cities because reasons. What are you doing? Anyways, you can just right click it and combine all of those, so all like 15,000 of his Cronstones can be pulled into the single character with just the click of the button. With that covered, let's jump over to the Pearl Shop and take a look at what's going on this week. We do have that new costume that we'll talk about when we get to it. First up, we've got a couple of Pearl Box bundles that give you extra items, not extra pearls. The 20,000 Pearl Box is also going to give you a 3-day Blessing of Old Moon, 10% and 20% coupon, and 2 rare Cronstone bundles. The 10,000 Pearl box is going to give you 2 mystical Cronstone bundles and that 10% discount coupon. Thinking about picking those up. Don't forget to use the code NTW at checkout to hook your boy up. Here we have the new outfit, which looks pretty cool in my opinion. Overall, I won't be getting it because we all know me. If there's not boobies hanging out, it's not really the costume that I'm going to put on my character, but you do you. It's pretty neat looking. I'm not super wild about how the cape drapes, but you can also just turn the cape effect off and run the rest of the costume if that is of interest to you. They took a lot of screenshots of this one. They must really like this one. It's the Night Veil outfit, and that's going to be available for Dark Knight, Dracania, Nova, and Kuno. Once they decided, I suppose, fit the theme of that. It's got a Night Veil pack for 2555 pearls, which gives you the outfit, as well as your choice of a Wizard Ghost fee, 300 crons, 2 Marnie fuel, or a 16-slot inventory expansion, and a title to tag along with that. We see the Shikatu Splendid box, which we talked about in the event, so we don't really need to cover that one again. We've got the Fairy Friend pack for 495 pearls, 6 Thea's Orb, and then you'll get 10 Leia's Petal, 10 item drop scrolls, 5 Dark Honey Wine as well. Maybe if you're trying to reroll your fairy skills, that might be of interest to you. Training starter packs, 950 pearls, 10 mount skill change coupons, a horse change appearance coupon, light horse gearbox, 3 coursers aura, and 3 mount XP scrolls. We've got a My Wardrobe pack. It's 6120 pearls, comes with 4 outfits in there, a 20% discount coupon, and then 20 item collection increase scrolls. We've got the new adventure pack at 2345 pearls. It's got an outfit for you, 2 maids, 100 Cronstones, and 10 item drop scrolls. Then we have the massive premium outfit box X10. They didn't even call it, what is that, Deca, right? The Deca premium outfit box. They just stopped with what was the highest one? We had Octa for it, and then they're just like It's X10 now. We're done with precursors. Deca's right. Yeah. Deca's 10. 17,000 pearls, 50% off. If you want to pick that bad boy up, please use code NTW when purchasing the A coin for this one. Would greatly appreciate that one. 10 outfits for it. You also get 5 rare Cronstone bundles. Then if it's a little more in your budget, we've got the triple premium outfit box. It's 33% off on these. You get 6830 pearls. It gives you 3 of those outfits and 1 Cronstone bundle pack. We've got a weekly petite power up pack. 875 pearls will get you 30 artisans, 5 mass appear magic, 10 memory fragments, and 1 enhancement help kit. And then we have some pretty sweet deals for just 10 pearls a piece, which might be nice if you have some extras laying around. For 10 pearls each, you can pick up 2 Elion's tier, 3 artisans memory, 2 black spirit essence, 1 mystical Cronstone bundle, blacksmith's secret book, which these go up to 300 now, mount skill training coupon, and 2 item brand spell stones. Then we also have 20% off functional costume category, 20% off the wagon category, 20% off life XP category as well. The skill preset coupon is 50% off, yielding 550 pearls for that. We've got the far flying pet deal available, 1,100 pearls, and you can get either the Jojo or the Putrachium pet on that. Does anyone know, does the Putrachium also have the ranged loot like the Jojo pet does? Let me know in the comments if somebody knows that, or DM me or something. I'd be curious, because if it does, I might pick that up. I have some plans for that thing. We've got the Gathering Aid Pet Hedgehog, 1,100 pearls on that one gets you the Hedgehog, as well as 5 energy tonics, 5 life scrolls, and then some feed to go along. Newborn Crimson Dragon Pack makes its rounds again, 1,100 pearls depending on the setup you want to get with that, and some feed. There's also the new Crimson Dragon Pack 2 and the Pack 3, depending on which set that you wanted to get out of the additional options, your like gain knowledge, chance, and desert debuff type thing. So there you have it for this week's patch notes and Pearl Shop. Let me know what you guys think about what's going on in the comments down below. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to like it. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe so you get notifications when new videos go live. And if you'd like to catch me playing live, there's a link to my Twitch page in the description down below. Jump on over there, drop a follow so you get notifications for that as well. With that said, that's going to be it for this one. I want to thank everybody for watching, and I will see you next time.